Hi everyone, and welcome to an unboxing video with two Restless retirees. I'm Peggy. Derek will join us in a little bit. Today we are going to unbox a new dash cam. Now, I've been using this dash cam for quite a long time. This is actually the Rove R2 4K, and it's a decent dash cam. There's no question. It does do a really nice job, and I can use it just fine in the Jeep Cherokee. Now, I was really hoping that their warnings that they put on their website and on their box was wrong.
You can see right here, it says, will it work on vertical or flat windshield? And the answer is no, it will not work. It needs to have at least a 20-degree slope or angle for it to mount properly. And I don't have that on a flat windshield like a Jeep or an RV. So it doesn't work.
When you put it on a flat windshield, in an RV or a Jeep, it shivers like this. And so your video is shaky. It's really sad. I rely a lot on our dash cam videos, and it's almost useless. In the most recent video, you'll see some of the dash cam video, and you'll see it. I know but there was nothing I could do. It's either not use the dash cam video at all or just let it be shaky, which is what I opted to do. Not ideal. So I knew that this one was not going to work for me for the Jeep Rubicon, and I knew that it didn't work in the RV. I have tried it in the RV several different ways, trying to get it stabilized in a lot of different ways, and I can't do it. I started looking for a better option. So in doing my YouTube research, I found RV Adventures / Todd's World. And in this video, Todd describes that it's difficult to find a good dash cam for a motorhome, and he's absolutely right. But he found the GKU D600. And so I started looking into it as well after I watched his video, because it seemed like it might solve a lot of the issues. I watched his video. I did contact him for permission to link his video and give him the credit, but it does look like a very, very good dash cam. So I looked on Amazon, and it was a really, really good deal. In fact, I was quite surprised at the low price, which in my experience doesn't always bode well. But in this case, I decided, because it was recommended so highly, and it's got a couple of interesting features. First, it can be used with a phone and an app. So you can see on your phone what you're filming. And so you can also get the photos and the video off the dash cam with your phone, rather than having to take the SD card out every single time and upload it and do all the tra-la with that. So that's kind of a cool thing. We'll just have to test it out. I haven't tested it yet. I'm just saying what they say you can do. The other thing that Todd does that's really fascinating is the dash cam actually comes with a rear dash cam as well. So you can put it in the back of your motorhome and see front and back. Now, one of the other problems that I've had is I've always wanted to film a conversation inside the cab of the RV, which is really hard to do when you've got phones that are heavy and they shake, everything shakes, because, it's a motorhome. Well, Todd came up with a really innovative solution, and he uses this back camera, the rear camera, as a cab camera. I'm gonna leave you to watch his video so you can see exactly how he did it. And we're just probably gonna copy what he did and give it a try, because why not? So I did end up buying two. One is for the Jeep, because again, I can't use this one. And so I've got one that will go in the RV and one that will go in the Rubicon. The one that I currently have that we're going to unbox today is going to go in the Rubicon, because I need that first. So we're going to probably try and use it. Don't know how well it's going to work with, all the bumping and jumping around and during the jamboree, but we're going to give it a try. So let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. In case you didn't catch the first part, this is the GKU D600 Pro dash cam. It was about $58 with a coupon. I know that Todd does have a link that you can use. I didn't see it until after I'd already ordered it, but it was on a pretty good deal. So I got at least one of them with a really good price. So I'd recommend that you look on his description and you'll see the link that's there so that you can get one of these at a good price. It's even full price, it's not very much. So consider it's under $100, which I thought was a really good deal.
So here's everything that came in the box, the instructions, the power cord. This is the front camera, this is the rear camera, and these are some extra clips and sticky things. I expect this is probably to maybe take it off if it needs to be taken off or removed or something. I don't know what that's for. Anyway, next up will be to get it onto the windshield of the Jeep. So let's do that. Okay, so it's the next day and I'm out here in the Jeep. I have the camera and I have the cord, and from what the instructions say, and the instructions are all in this little book right here, but I've been reading through this, and you have to first it has to be plugged into the power in your car in order for the camera to turn on and in order to connect the app to it. Now it says GKU on it. All right, let's see, add camera. Interesting, you have to disconnect CarPlay. That's in order to use this. Interesting, at least on my phone. So that means we'd have to use a different phone. Okay, so I figured out the Bluetooth problem, and the easiest way, honestly, for me to solve that is to just use a different phone. We have a number of old iPhones hanging around that we don't use any longer, but they're perfectly okay. So I downloaded the GKU app onto this older iPhone. It's an 8 or 9 or 10 or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, and that worked. So the app is on here, and the camera is recording what I'm doing. It's recording Derek. See, there's Derek right there. La la la. And then also it's seeing me. Hi. And you can see it on the app as well. It's weirdly strange. Anyway, the idea is it's all working. So now what we're going to do is affix this to this spot right here. These two little plastic sticky things. They're just like two plastic sheets. They're hydrostatic stickers. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we've cleaned this off right here, and I'm going to take this and we're going to affix this to this, and then we're going to stick the camera to this on the windshield. I don't know why. That's just what they said to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So here is the sticky thing right along the line. I'm going to use this black dotted line as my way to look at it here, and put that on there like that. I'm going to take this sticky part off of here, put this right here. It's very nice that Jeep gave me lines to look at. You can see the dash cam is right there, and it's connected into here, and it's connected to this other iPhone right here. It's connected in. Right now, we are going to take a ride out on one of the roads around here and hit some dirt and see how the camera itself does, because the shaking is what was a problem. Now I realize dirt roads are going to be more shaky, but we'll get the footage from that and we'll see how it goes. So let's do it.
You know, there's one thing that's vibration and another thing which is the actual vehicle, rocking. Mm-hmm. We would expect to see the rocking and the movement from being on a dirt road.
Right. Well, we're back in our driveway, and I think it went really well. From what I can tell, looking at the screen, it was pretty steady. In fact, it was very steady. Yeah. Now, obviously, being on a dirt road, that's the rocking of the road. That's not has to do with the camera itself.
So really the test, as far as whether it vibrates or not, it's going to be on the regular streets, and then also on that freeway line.
On the freeway, exactly. Okay, so we've had several days to use the dash cam pretty heavily on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday while we were doing the Jamboree. And the footage is great, and I'm very happy with that. However, there's two major flaws that I see. And maybe one of these was my fault, not really sure, but the downloading of from the SD card on the dash cam to the phone is, as we feared, pretty kludgy. It seemed to do something funky. And if you tried to download something, it would, I don't know whether it stopped the dash cam from recording or what happened, and it's very slow. It's very slow. So in order to do it, you'd have to keep the dash cam plugged in, stop, and then download the files, because you'll see them on your phone, but you can't, they're not downloaded. So you turn your car off and it's gone. So you have to download them to the phone, and it takes a long time. And if you've got a full day of traveling in the dash cam, you're going to have anywhere from 70 to 200 individual clips, depending on whether you set them to be 1, 2, or 3 minutes. I suggest 3-minute clips, not one like I started out doing. So that was challenging. And I don't know the format that those would have come down in, because I didn't do it enough. I'll try to do more another time. But the format, they use this .ts, which is apparently some kind of streaming or DVD or some sort of file format that is stable but can't be used at least in a Mac or on Final Cut, or even, I don't think it can be used in any kind of video editing. You can't take that footage and drop it to your computer and then put it into the video editing and be able to use it. It will not work. You can't even preview it. The .ts is an absolutely terrible format, in my opinion, for content creators. What I've had to do is I had to buy, and you can use free ones, but I had so many files from these 3 days of travel that I ended up buying a subscription, like a lifetime subscription, like $80, to Wondershare, a uniconverter that I can put all those files into, and it converts them. So it actually cost me an additional $80, which I guess if you add it on to the $50 or $60 that I paid, it's probably about the same price as some other dash cams that have an MP4 format. So that's been extremely frustrating, because it's added a layer of complexity to my editing that I just really don't like. I don't like to say anything bad about things that I review, but I really hate that format. And I really wish that GKU would fix it, because it's just a terrible extra step that you have to do. Be very aware of that. And if that's going to really bug you, I'd move on. I'm going to keep it. I figured out a workaround, but it's a big problem. I have to convert everything. So be aware of that as you use this dash cam. Otherwise, I do recommend it, but with that big caveat. So take that for what it's worth. I think that's going to do it. I'm glad we got a good stable dash cam, which is what I really wanted in the first place. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up if this has helped you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.